All right, you guys ready to rock 4 down?
Yeah.
All
Ready.
right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Lions 4 down.
Lions 4 down. We'll start it off. And listen, we got a special 4 down here because it's camp and people are getting saucy. So I'm going to play this clip of Aidan Hutchinson, and then I got a question from it.
Okay.
That's a good point. It's like you said, I've had my best seasons coming back from something, and this is the last one, by the way. So that's get that out there. But yeah, we're gonna be shooting for that same trend, and I feel like I'm in a great spot. Body feels good, and just a matter of time.
Yesterday, Kelvin said that you look better than you did at the start of last year or last summer. What is your confidence level in that? Do you feel like you're even better player than you were last year?
Absolutely, yeah. Again, if I wasn't progressing every year, I think there'd be an issue, So that will always be the standard.
What do you like about Shep now?
So there you see, first of all, Aidan Hutchinson in pads, But Aidan Hutchinson himself, reporters are saying that he does not just look healthy, he looks better than he did last year. Better than a guy who had 7.5 sacks through 4 games or through 5 games or whatever it is. Aidan Hutchinson, Defensive Player of the Year, is that actually going to happen?
Yes, because he has a bionic leg.
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
whoa,
Okay.
not.
Okay, Terry.
whoa.
Okay.
Why?
First of all, I don't care how good he looks. He's going to struggle early in the season. And yeah, he's probably worked harder than he has an entire life because he has to overcome something. But no, Defensive Player of the Year, come on. He was out a year. Basically, he's going to be out a year and more. He's going to have this huge injury. He's going to be rusty. He's going to be all this. You can look good, but not be good. But I will say this. I am buying the Aidan Hutchinson thing. By the end of the year, he's going to be very good. And you won't look at me and say, T, is Aidan Hutchinson a good player? And I'm going to go, well, Neal.
On Wednesday nights on Amazon when they're in the color rushes.
Thursday night.
Terry,
Amazon.
what's a good season for Hutch for you, like sack-wise?
I think
Teen
double
something
digit,
teen.
double-digit sacks and the pressures have to be up. It's not going to be. Don't extrapolate what he did last season over the course of the season. Think you're going to get that this year, but be productive. And you know what? I'm not even going to look at the sacks. Our opposing quarterbacks having to get rid of the ball, where Terrion Arnold is going to be able to make plays. Where guys are going to be able to make plays in the secondary. That's what I'm looking
Kirby.
for.
Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Mogul Khan, Neal the Homer. Can I get something straight with that, by the way, Mogul Khan? We're all homers.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching this show, you're a homer.
That's what Woodward
I'm born
Sports
and
is
raised
built on.
here. Like, yeah, these are my teams, bro. And, I've got the good fortune to work for some of them and stuff like that. Like, yeah, when I do this show, Mogul Khan, I'm sitting here at a bar stool with you. I'm literally having bourbon with you guys right now and my good friend Terry Foster, and he's out, and I got to get him some more at the next commercial break.
That's right.
But yeah, Mogul Khan, like, that's what we do. I'll sit here and tell you what I think about what's going on, but, like, look, man, we're all homers, bro. You're a homer.
All right,
if you're not, then why are you here?
Let me set him straight. We don't consider beat writers from the news of the free press homers, correct?
Correct.
But when you ask them who's going to win this next game, 90% of the time they say the Detroit Lions. Just check it out. But they're not considered homers? Yeah, they are.
I'm not a journalist, bro.
Even journalists get caught up in this stuff.
And you're right, they do too.
do.
But I implicitly am not a journalist. I've said this many, many times.
We're content creators.
Yeah, I always say this, guys. This job here, it's knowledge, obviously, and sitting here, but there's some, in honor of the Hulkster, there's some wrestling character to it, too.
Absolutely.
I don't say shit I don't believe to you. I do not do that.
Right.
Because I don't want to keep track of what I said last week. I think what I think, man. But we're all homers. That's why we're here.
That's what Woodward Sports has been.
Harold Williams, right, we're all homers. 100% stick. What are the news and free press? Are they on AM radio?
Right.
Speaking of which, if we're all homers, is Hutch going to win Defensive Player of the Year?
Yes.
If I kind of vibe with Terry on the Russ thing to start, and if you're going to be Defensive Player of the Year, you got to be good, open to close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when the horses leave the gate, They can't leave you behind.
He's at a premier position, though. It's going to be easier for
Well,
him.
so is Myles Garrett. So is T.J. Watt.
True,
You
but
know,
he's proven he
so
can
is Max
hang with those
Crosby.
guys. He's proven he can
so
hang
is
with
Sauce Gardner.
No, I get
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get you.
Like
Yeah, not no more.
That's right. But, young fella, how many players win Defensive Player of the Year every year?
One.
One.
Yeah, absolutely.
That means you can have a hell of a year and not win it.
That's true. I think the rest will be 2 to 3 game sample size,
Then
and
that's-
then he's,
And
by
he's
then,
going to
it
be
could be
back in the
over.
rhythm. He's going to be back in rhythm.
I don't think it's over after
But
2
Hutch
games.
loves those like 5-sack games. So then
Yeah.
you get one of those, and then you're right back in the race.
We
If
talking
he
about a
gets
guy that led the league in sacks 3 to 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks after he was injured. Like he had a hell of a coming out party last year. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Young brother.
That's all I'm saying.
Sample size.
You right.
I'm going to teach you about sample size one day.
I'm-
Don't tell me this guy was the best player in the league for 2 games and then expect me to say, okay, Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, it was 6. But
I
hear you.
think there's more to look at Hutchinson than just those 2 games. You look at who he was as a draft pick, his potential and what he could be, the natural progression of his
100%,
career and
yeah.
how it was going. And then we saw last year it accumulate to him being the best pass rusher in the NFL when
An
he was
absolute
healthy.
force. When he gave us a little more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to see next year is Aidan Hutchinson being the best pass rusher in the NFL.
I get excited because he'll continue to add tools of the trade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll
And now he's a vet, and now he's teaching
Yeah.
people stuff. We had Ahmed Hassanin had a quote, I think it was from Doc Macaroon on Twitter, that he said, like, Hutch has taught him a lot.
yeah,
So,
and like he gets his
these guys
book.
are maturing.
He gets his book of offensive linemen, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that he goes to, and he knows what he's got to do against the Packers and stuff like that. So
you know what, young fellas? If you want to talk about Hutch being Defensive Player of the Year for 2026 or 2027, I'm all ears. I may have a conversation with you and not make fun of you, because then he would have played a whole season. Then he would have had another training camp. I can see that. But this
Right.
year, absolutely
I
rooting
just-
tooting not.
I don't know. It's just the type of injury he had too. It was a clean break. Like he shouldn't have too many impediments. Like once he returns. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
But guess the other dudes who are going to compete against him, they didn't break their leg.
Yeah.
Terry,
They didn't have surgery.
Aidan Hutchinson will have a sack and a half week 1.
Whoo, I love it. I love it.
taking
one.
it to
I
Caesar
love
Sportsbooks,
it.
I will
Betty?
take that to Caesar Sports.
That's why I mess with you, Spenny.
Put it
Because
on
he'll
wax.
stand on this microphone
You got
and
it.
then
Okay, okay.
screenshot the action.
Spinny's
Put it
got
on
some
business.
inside information. Is Green Bay's starting left tackle, going to be out?
He's not. He actually just got paid.
Okay.
It don't matter if this is a starter or not. Hutch
Yeah.
gonna eat.
Aidan Hutchinson, like I said, we saw this is what he was drafted to be. This is what he was supposed to be, and he actualized it last year. He was the best pass rusher in the NFL. Nasty freak leg break. He's completely healthy and completely ready to go, and he's still getting better because he's still such a young player. Aidan Hutchinson, if he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, he will be in the top 3 for voting.
I agree with that.
Big Con 51, and this is legit. You guys know where I live with this one. 2 words: contract year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
That is also true.
That is also true.
Him and J-Mo.
Oh boy. This was the first time I got
Hey,
excited.
Cornelius T says, be realistic. It is realistic.
Yeah.
Aidan Hutchinson is one of the premier edge rushers in the NFL. It's
Like,
realistic
literally.
to say he's going to have a sack week 1.
You realize in order to get 17 sacks,
Yeah.
you have to have one every week. Right?
Yeah, right.
All right.
And do you know where he was a couple months ago? Like this.
Hell no.
Operated.
Terry, they was talking
He
about
was
him
rehab.
possibly playing in
Yeah.
the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
you know
if
what?
they had
Oh,
made. Like,
stop
come on.
it.
KG,
Stop
that's
it.
where I draw the line.
What? Okay.
Come on.
Would he have played in the Super Bowl
No,
if they
he
made
came
it?
out and said.
You
that
remember
he
the
would
running
not-
video?
Yeah.
Like that came out
He
around
came
that
out
time?
and said he would not have played in the Super Bowl, but he's not going to be impeded by this injury at all
But
this year.
but y'all fell for the fake. Oh, Hutch is going to be in the Super Bowl. Oh man, hope the Lions make it there.
Well,
I think it would have been a serious conversation if they had.
Well,
made it.
hey,
It
we'll
would've
never
been a
know.
serious- We won't.
'Cause
But
we
he's-
weren't there.
But once again, if
I
he was
guess
going to
we'll
play
never
then,
know.
he's had a whole off season. He's going to be fine.
All right. Second
Question
down.
2 of the Lions 4 yards. Speaking of which,
I love us.
can the Detroit Lions defensive line work as currently constructed? Work as in be a Super Bowl winning defensive line.
I mean, Aleem is coming
This,
back.
you know what this is right now? This is the Kerry Carpenter
Scary.
question.
I mean,
Well, on Thursday night when they were the color rushes on Amazon,
you know what? I'm not going to do this. Here's where I'm going to go. I don't know. No.
You got to answer the
Defensive
question.
line needs some help elsewhere.
Okay, I'll say it like this. Yes, but we can't take on anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like without Aleem, like I have learned my
Yeah.
lesson from last year. I will say that.
Yeah.
We can't take on anymore. We can't.
No Aleem, no Levi.
Baby boy, you talking about as now?
As currently
It's
constructed.
currently constructed.
Absolutely
This second.
no.
This second.
So
Absolutely
DJ Reader, Tyleek Williams, and Roy Lopez. You don't believe in those three.
Yeah, this second.
I don't see Aleem
Yes.
McNeil in there.
It is barely enough to get it's like a NASCAR that's running low on gas.
Right. You got to stop at the pit stop.
And like we're 800 yards from and the car's like rocking. We cannot take on more. More injuries, more
And there's
misses.
going to be
none of
another.
that.
Like,
There is.
There's gonna be more injuries.
But you asked right now.
right now,
Don't ask this question again, though.
Don't ask it.
Third down.
sign Christian Wilkins. Then you'll have Christian Wilkins and Aleem McNeil coming back for the playoffs.
He's 100 years old.
He is 100 years
He's not that old. He's only like.
I'm surprised he's still
I
on
don't
the
even think
market.
he's 30 yet. And Christian Wilkins is not that old. All right, next question of the Lions nickel package: is Dan Campbell working these guys too hard at practice? Terrion Arnold and Derek Barnes back at camp today, and I guess Terrion was letting that thing fly, knock Jameson Williams' head off in a
I hate to
tackle.
keep using these words, but absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm
There's
with you.
something else going on with this team.
Yeah.
They're pissed off for one or two reasons. One, they realize that they need some more compete in them to be what they were last year, and they're not getting that. So they're thumping with each other. Or they think they're looking at the big prize and say, you know what, we can get to the Super Bowl, but we got to up our compete level. I find it interesting that St. Brown was involved in the scuffle this last time.
I'm not.
Because his dad tells him every year, you can't be as good as you were last year. You have to be better. And I have to believe him and Brian Branch are going to each other and say, hey dude, we got to do this better than we did ever in our lives.
I think they just want it.
I think Dan Campbell, and look, we saw it through the Hard Knocks and stuff like that. I think you can trust him. I think the players trust him. They do. Like,
Yeah.
he's a former player, dude. He gets it. No, I don't believe that he's working them too hard. I believe that he knows what this takes.
We've had a doctor literally on our airwaves say that it's
You
not
gotta
from
do
that.
it. Yeah, you got to do it like that. It preps them for what is going to happen in the regular season, and
Dude,
like
they weren't even in pads.
all of the beat reporters said that yesterday, like the Derek Barnes and Terry Arnold injuries weren't anything crazy. They're just being super cautious this year with if anybody gets stepped on or your hand gets like you're going with the trainers and they're going to look at you.
Yeah.
But if you look
That's
at
fair.
Dan Campbell, he does that every week, every season. Look at the injury report on Wednesday. You think they're not going to field the team on Sunday. But I think he's being cautious. He takes guys out on Wednesday because
I'm
he
cool
knows
with
it's not necessary.
I'm cool with
And
it.
then
He
the
knows.
same with yesterday.
His method works because they're not slow starters. They don't come out the gate slow.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian Wilkins in his 7th year.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
that old.
I'm surprised he on the market.
He's injured. They
Yeah,
put him on the
okay.
PUP list. I don't know how long or how bad the injury really is, but he was in a massive deal in the Raiders.
Yeah, the
I'm
Raiders.
like, yeah.
He's also taking those actions up with the players union.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that all works itself
So
out. But yeah, I thought he was older than
hopefully
that. I thought he was
he
early
still
30s.
gets that money out of the Raiders, so then he's willing to sign a less cheaper deal somewhere else.
No, he ain't willing to sign a less cheaper deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially this.
No. Next down.
Next question of the Lions, 4 for 4. Final question. We saw Tate Ratledge take a lot of snaps with the first team offense at center for the first couple days. Graham Glasgow has also taken first team snaps with the center the past 2 days. Who is your starting center week 1?
They really want Tate. I'm convinced. The way Dan Campbell speaks in some of these press
KG.
conferences, they want Tate
Yeah.
to be the guy. They
And
do.
Terry, like, look, we've talked about this before. They don't typically roll like this.
They don't.
You don't see them. They don't like rookies, and I mean I don't mean like they don't like rookies.
No, they don't like rookies.
They don't like rookies,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean
They
when I'm
don't want to
saying
put
that.
them in bad positions.
But guys, I'm getting those vibes. Like, this is going to happen. It is going to happen.
why else would you keep trading off at this point?
And by the way, too, does Tate Ratledge sound like a Southern TJ Lang?
A little bit.
He sounds
Southern
exactly
TJ
like
Lang.
TJ Lang. No, but Terry,
I
they
guess,
don't.
I guess he's been mauling people at camp today with the pads on too, which Surprise, surprise. Dude's a fucking monster.
Dude, like Terry, I think this is going to happen. I think it
It may
is.
not
I was
be
called a
week
madman.
one, but I think
Spinny voice.
what we have
I
with the
think it
Lions
could.
is you got to be twice as good as the veteran to get that start.
Yes.
And he's not going to be there in week 1 or week 2, but at some point they're going to look at him in practice and say, okay, we got something here. Let's start him. So maybe you won't see until October or the middle or end of September. He's going to be the starting center for the Detroit Lions at some point this season, not at the beginning.
Terry, just question: why would you switch mid-season if you're going to go with the vet at the center position?
Because you feel this guy gives you the best chance to win. This is not quarterback. You're not switching out the quarterbacks in midseason, which I'm against. But this is your guy. This is your guy, but you don't have total faith in him yet. But I believe at some point he's going to progress where they're going to like, okay, we like what we see. We're going to start him. Now, if he doesn't get there, he will not start one game at center this year.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Steve Wild, he's going to be better than Ragnow. Trust me. That's it, Steve. That's aggressive.
Extremely aggressive.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
That's a great. Like
For
this.
right now, it's aggressive.
But hey,
we got to see it.
Steve, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
And if
gotta be
you
honest.
are right,
we got to see it first.
and if you are right, can we just put the Brad Holmes Brazil thing on the top of the Rens then?
So
Yeah.
we got
I'll
we
be
got
right there
ourselves
with
a
him.
Hall of Famer then.
Yeah.
Or damn near.
According to
I,
Steve
I,
Wild.
was told, hey, Spenny, the only reason you want Tate Ratledge early
he's
in
got
the
a
draft
mullet.
is because he's got a mullet and a mustache.
And he probably crushes beer.
Yeah, weird. Weird. You know, I seem to be more tapped in with Brad Holmes' drafting process than pretty much anybody in the city. No big deal. Kind of like I'm in the room, maybe. You know?
But different player. Do you know who the Lions did not start the first game of his career?
Frank Ragnow.
Frank Ragnow.
yeah.
Barry Sanders.
Oh, that is true.
Hall of
Well, they
Famer.
signed him. They signed him on like Friday before the game, before the
I
Sunday
know, but he was
game.
the
That's
best running
crazy.
back even then.
No, he was. One funky Lions fan. People keep saying they don't like rookies, but every year rookies have started week 1
Yeah, and
only because they had to.
I feel you.
He's starting week 1.
Yeah,
He
in
is
this-
starting week 1. It just might not be at center.
Right, but if this iteration though, what and Spenny, I've used this time and time again, and this is I don't give you credit for it, obviously, when I'm sitting around a barbecue talking to people because I want to sound smart. But you did this. You turned me on to this, and I should have known it, and I didn't. There's not spots to be had anymore.
Yeah.
Like when you come out and you're like, well, where was the luster of the draft last year for Brad Holmes? And people on this town do this. On the flagship, they talk about it. Well, these guys don't come in and they don't start because there's nowhere for them to start.
Yeah.
Wait, you're going to take an offensive lineman? You're going to put him in over Penei Sewell?
No.
You're going to take a running back over Jameer Gibbs?
No.
A receiver over Amon-Ra? Like, what are you going to put a tight end out,
Right.
No, they're not going to play.
And we've seen success with rookies on this team, like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Terry
Because
and
there
Arnold,
was no
Penei
choice.
Yeah.
Sewell.
Terry and
I
Arnold,
get
there
that.
was no
I get that.
choice.
We haven't seen it at this particular position, but we've seen it happen. We've seen it be successful.
We seen it because the dude that was starting was comatose. So the rookie could come in and just take his spot.
I love that word, comatose. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah,
fair.
I know.
I'm glad I said it.
It's a good word.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into there. Get your thoughts out there. Super Bowl Wilson. Spenny, you predict the Lions will pick like 30 different players. Chill. That
And
is
they
not
picked
true.
like 20 of them.
That is you get into your guys.
Speedy got a
and you
good
do
percentage.
I'm
He
just
do.
saying.
Yeah.
He got a good percentage.
Super Bowl Wilson, again, obsessed with me. Cannot go a day of his life
I
without
know.
saying
That's
my
why.
name.
That's why I read it.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
love
No,
you
deal,
for being
what's
such
your-
a big fan, Wilson. Listen, Wilson, your constant support and appreciation means more than you know. I'm here because of people like you, and I know that you'll lick my nuts if you could.
That's what. they were
Okay,
trying
that's
to
where I'm
avoid.
getting off the highway. All right, everybody.
Y'all better leave Spinning alone, man. He'll smack you right in the face.
Goddamn right, Terry.
Yep. And then stand over you and say, what?
Phil says, is Laporta a forgotten man? No, he was just
Hell no.
he missed time.
Another successful rookie, but yes. Go ahead.
Laporta's a dude. He was voted as what, like the third best tight end in the NFL? Like
Yeah.
He had a down year last year.
Laporta,
Technically,
I think
a down
Laporta
year.
will have the same kind of season he had last year, maybe with a little more touchdowns, because I think they're going to use him in the red zone more often than they did the past couple of years. But also, Laporta is not going to be the guy that has 10 catches for 150 yards every game or anything like
No.
that. Laporta's catches are going to come in big moments on third down,
Like the Rams
on
playoff
fourth
game.
down, in the red zone. Like Laporta will have the big moment catches. It's going to be him and Amon-Ra St. Brown when it's 3rd and 2 and Jared Goff drops back. He's looking for one of those two guys.
Yep. 100%.
So he's not going to have 100 yards every game, but he's going to have important catches.
Man, people are firing in the we got like 2 minutes, so I want to get to a couple of these. Woodward Sports chat thread, Big Dan Davis. Is Isaac Tesla wide receiver 3 in week 1?
No, absolutely not. Isaac Tesla won't be a wide receiver 3 for probably this entire season.
Yeah. You got Tim Patrick.
I'm going to disagree.
Ooh.
I think
Look at Terry.
Sorry, is that a crime? Is
No,
this America?
no.
We're allowed to disagree?
You are, but you
Okay.
still have Tim Patrick on this team who was productive last year.
Tim Patrick is fading.
You out your mind.
That is fair.
I wouldn't say fading.
Tesla will be the number 3 guy.
They're going to feature
Early
him.
in the season.
They're going to feature him. He won't be the number 3, though. They're going to feature him, though. Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you this, and Spenny, I've gotten on you about this because I feel like you haven't given it its due diligence because there is a Lions game in 6 days.
Crazy.
Today was the day for me. Like,
finally woke up.
bingo,
It's less than a week away.
No, I know, but it wasn't like I just didn't get the juice. You know what I'm saying?
I was the same
didn't
way.
get the juice.
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Thou are.
Yes.
Thou are.
Yes.
Like that's where I'm at now, Tara. I'm ready to rock, man. Like for real.
We here,
It's
man.
time to roll.